Good morning. Right, part 2 of the box. Yeah, so you saw me paint that yesterday. It's the next day for me. I decided to keep my flap. I think it'll be quite useful to actually, shut the box. So rather than just have the lid sit flat on top, it'll actually go over. And what I have done is found a small gold magnetic clasp. So yeah, so that will go together with that, and hopefully it'll work. I don't know, we'll find out. I'm going to slow down a bit. I realised on the first video I kind of rushed a bit, didn't I? So I'm just going to slow down, and this will take as long as it takes. So yeah, as you can see, I laced all of my sides. I was thinking actually when I was doing this, once I stuck the batting on, you could get away with just gluing that, but I don't know, I kind of like the way the lacing draws it in a bit. So it's up to you. You could get away with sticking it if you're any good with a glue gun. I'm not. Yeah, do that basically. So that's all my sides, and it's just, you know, a little bit squishy. It's quite nice actually. I had to cut a piece for the flap because I've decided to keep it now, and that'll be the inside piece with the magnetic fastener on. I'm hoping I've got that around the right way. I'm pretty sure I have. Who knows? Right, okay, and this is the top. Let me move that out of the way. I was going to show all the stitching, but this took about 2 hours to sit and plan it and, you know, stitch it all on and everything, and I thought that would just be too long for a video. So let me give you a close-up. As I said, I did the Sue Spargo inspired circles. I just had this at the side of me, and I sort of chose that one and this one here with the fly stitch as a border. There's quite a few fly stitches on there actually when you look at it. Yeah, and then I did blanket stitch, seed stitch. I just kind of made that one up. That's an elongated blanket stitch. That's blanket stitch as well. I like blanket stitch, as you can probably tell. That's fly stitch with just a French knot in the middle. That one is like a load of little bullion knots. I was trying to do the rose thing. I think I almost got it, almost there. That is pistol stitch, all coming from the centre and out to a French knot. Yeah, that one there. So that's fly stitch border with French knots to finish it off. That's just a little chain stitch border. Sorry, the lighting's really bad today. It's very grey. Chain stitch border with just a sort of a star shape in the middle. So yeah, it's enough. I think that's going to be plenty. So I'll put that aside. Right, so construction time. I think I need to get the backing on this piece. So I'm just going to centralise it the best I can. And I thought I'd show you the lacing. As I say, I feel like I rushed the last one, so I'm just going to slow myself down a bit. And hopefully, you need a surprising amount of thread. So I'm going to take off a good wadge. Technical term. Once again, I thought they'd done a runner again. You need to use a good thread. I'm using my Gutermann, which is quite a strong thread, because if you use a weaker one, you'll find that you snap your thread when you try and lace it up. Yeah, as I say, you could probably get away with just sticking this. Sorry, the light's on it. But yeah, I thought I'd show you what I'm doing anyway. I'm just going to bring you over very, very slightly because you're just sort of hanging off the edge of the desk. Oh, there we are. Hopefully that's okay. Right. Well, I didn't get walkies with the dogs this morning. I don't know what my daughter's up to, so I like to leave it that she invites me. I don't want to, you know, you sometimes feel like you're in the way. I don't know. Probably not. It's just me being it's fine. I can get on. I can do stuff, so that's good. So yeah, it's just a case of you could use your wonder clips to clip this all together if you wanted to before you start stitching. I just kind of do it like this. Yeah, there's absolutely no rocket science attached to this whatsoever. But I say, you could, you know, in theory, just pull those over and glue them. I don't see why not. But I say, I just, my glue gun, well, I guess I need to practice with it really, but yeah, we don't get on very well, me and my glue gun. I either end up burning me or completely spannering up a project, so I tend to not use it. But, oh, and the other thing, when I thought about it, you know, I said to you, don't use a thin card for in the middle. Well, it doesn't matter. You're not going to be sticking directly onto this. You're going to be sticking onto the cardboard box. So I could have used a thinner card, but that's fine. I've cut it all now. I'm not going to waste it. So yeah, it's funny actually when you sit and think about it. You think, oh, yeah, Wally, you're not, because in the book it shows you that they're not basing it on a pre-made cardboard box. They're basing it that you're going to make the whole thing yourself. So yeah, but I mean, if you decide to just sort of make one, well, like they've done really, I suppose, then you would have to think about whether your lacing is going to show if you use a thin card. I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever, but so I'm just trying to grab that tail to come under there. Yeah, it does take a surprising amount of thread. So if you've got any questions about this, I say I don't know if I've explained it terribly well. Hopefully just by sitting and watching you'll get an idea on how to make it if you want to make one. You can use any cardboard boxes. I was going to buy one and I just thought, you know, like a one that you can decoupage onto. But I couldn't find one the right size, and yeah, and I just thought, why buy when I could use a piece of packaging, which luckily turned out to be that ice cream box, and that's just formed a knot right there, which is where I didn't want it to. So yeah, it's a good good trash busting project, I suppose. I've got another one I want to do as well, which is I can't remember what they called them, like snap pot. I've got a load of wonder clips, you know, the don't know where they are, so I'd show you the little wonder clips anyway. You've seen me use those before, but the little box I had them in, I've now got too many to fit in there, and it's a little plastic box. And again, I was going to go and buy a cardboard box, or a plastic box rather, to fit them all in, but I have seen a really good idea. Pinterest is a nightmare, isn't it? But I've seen this really good idea on Pinterest on how to make like a snap one, not the one with the rulers at the top. It's based on ovals. I think they call them clamshell. Oh, I don't know, I can't remember what they were called. Anyway, we'll do it together. I'm thinking a plastic, you know, the plastic bottles that we get our milk in will be strong enough. So that's an upcoming project, and I'm taking far too long to do this, aren't I? But as I say, I'm not going to rush it. I'm enjoying this. It's good fun. It's been good fun planning it, working it out. Sorry, I'm probably off screen there. Yeah, it's been good. I just want to take my time, so bear with me. Put it on fast forward, grab a cup of tea, you'll be fine. Yeah, I definitely think you could get away with sticking this. I don't know why they did that like that in the book actually, but I've got another pattern which is a hexagonal one, and you sew all of that, and it's kind of like English paper pieced, but you leave the card in. So that's an interesting one. You'll have to let me know if you want to do that one. I can't give you any measurements because I think the pattern is still under copyright, but it's not, it really isn't rocket science at all. But it is a lot of work because yeah, you have to well, it is really like English paper piecing, like I said. So I'm just trying to get that one to come through. Ugh, come on. And hopefully we got just the right amount. So you want it taut, but you don't want to bend your card. This is where I hope all my circles have ended up in the right places. See, if I put the central light on, you'll get shadows everywhere, so I'm relying on my ring light, but that blinds me. It's good for you, not so much for me. Come on, I want one more tie off and then I'll be happy that you're stuck. Oh, come on. Thank you. Right, okay. Oh, and another project is I'm going to make myself a little sewing, because I'm forever leaving my needles downstairs, so I'm going to make myself a little sewing case to keep upstairs, and then I can have my big one downstairs. Don't worry too much about those things, they're all going to get hidden when we stuck them down. So that's the top. Right, now I think, she says cautiously, I think we're ready to stick, especially the outside bits. So with this flap, I did put a piece of fabric along there because A, I wanted to reinforce it, and B, it just hid it. Because even though this is going to come up quite close, I think you're still going to see it. So yeah, I put a bit of fabric in there just to, of course it's cat hair, of course. Right, okay, let's be brave and let's go for it. I'm going to stand up and see how much you can actually... Oh, okay, yeah, not too bad actually. I've got you up quite high. Right. Now, just got to be careful that we don't stick over those. Yeah, okay. This is the scary bit. This is where it could all quickly go wrong. Right, I'm using my Marvin medium. As I say, use hot glue if you're any good with it. This is a proper bookbinder's glue. It is super strong and it dries quite quickly, actually. Scarily quickly at times. So, put that lid back on there, otherwise there'll be tears before bedtime. Right, I'm not going to start with the top. I'm wimping out. I'm going to start here, I think. Right, so I've got all my panels. So this is going to be the front one because that's got the clippy thing in it. Side, side, back. Now I can't stick, I've just remembered, I can't stick back and front until I've got these little flaps tucked in, so bear with me. I need to really think about this, so I might not do much talking because, as I say, I think it could go wrong quite quickly. These scissors are almost naff. That's why I use them for paper. Right, let's put those out of the way so I don't stick those just yet. Right, come on, be brave, get on with it. Okay, let's start here. It's very warm today, so I think this is going to dry super fast. The other thing I meant to mention was if you've got a directional fabric, you need to think about that because, you know, like for this side, you would need it going up that way, if that makes sense. Right, I'm going to quickly stick these and then I'm going to put some heavy books on top just to make them go flatter. I just managed to drop. Get my chair out of the way. Right. Okay, I'm going to have to work a bit faster because this is drying rapidly. I get a good amount on there. I do not want these coming off. If push comes to shove, and I do think it is starting to fall off, especially on the edges, I can always stitch the edges together because this is all going to be fabric. Right, it's going to face up that way. It's not directional, but I kind of want that going upwards, which it will do now. Okie doke. Yeah, I'm going to have to... Okay, let's just give this a second. Yeah, I think hot glue gun is the way, but I'm just such an idiot with it. I always end up burning myself or the fabric or something. Okay, let's give that a second to really cling. It's really good glue, I must admit. And I think if I've got any bits which are showing, I can just go around and touch up with paint. I think that's the easiest thing to do. Right, so I'm going to have to stick these in now. Because I can't... Oh, am I? No, I don't need to... No, see, this is why I need to stop and think. I don't. It's when I do the inside. Yes. See what I mean? I have to really think things through. Oh, God. Yeah, it's the inside bits. I just had to run that through my head. Yeah, that's fine. Because the inside pieces like this will cover those flaps. Yep, that's it. Got it in the head now. So good, we can get all these fabric bits on. What I might do is pause you for a bit once I've got all these on, let this all dry more or less, and then we can attack the inside. That's probably the easiest way to do it. But like I say, I'm not rushing. I really want this to work properly. Right, so that's going to be... Yeah, so that's the base up. Yeah, I think I'll have it up that way. This glue does dry clear, so if I accidentally get some on the fabric, I'm not going to panic too much. Just make sure I'm on there. Yep, that's fine. Right, now this front piece, that needs to go to the top. Yep, because that's where it will attach itself to the front piece. I just want to get that stuck in. Don't want to cut it any shorter, but it's a little bit of string. Bring the palette closer, Susan. That might make life a little bit easier, eh? I guess if I've got gaps as well, I could always fill in the gaps with string or, you know, something decorative. Just thinking out loud there. Hopefully they won't be too, you know, it won't be too gappy when it's all together. So maybe we haven't even got to think about that, but we like to have options, don't we? Right, that to the top. Don't know why I'm moving that. I need to stick the top on. Okay, right, I'm just going to swing this round so hopefully you can see. I'm going to get some big books and put them on there, and then to stick. Right. It's a very strong smelling PVA this, but I say I know it is, once stuff's on, it's solid. Right, that needs to more or less go up to that line. The fabric has bunched a little bit, but it's handmade. It's not going to be absolutely perfect. Right. Now then, what do I want at the front? Oh, I think it needs to go that way because otherwise my flower will be upside down. Right, oh, that's that sorted. Okay, right, I'm going to pause you, put some heavy books on there for 10 minutes or so, and then come back. I might stick the base on as well. I need to cut a bit of card for that because I realised I hadn't done that. Okay, right, back in a bit, won't be long. Right, it's at about 10 minutes. I put the biggest, heaviest books on that I've got, so hopefully it's not going to be completely dry, but hopefully that is enough. Right, okay, let's destack the books. Yeah, seems pretty good. Okay. I had to put a bit of acetate on there because I thought it's going to stick to the book otherwise. Okay, so let's have a look and see what we've got so far. Try not to let that stick. See, put my fingers right in it, typical. So yeah, these little flaps are going to come in here, which I thought would be a good idea to keep them on, basically. Right. Okay, I think we'll just go straight ahead with doing the, yeah, I should have put a, see what I mean with gaps like that? I've got some cord, or maybe even some wool or something. Maybe I should leave that longer. Should have used Fabri-Tac, I think it would have been quicker. Or, like I say, if I wasn't so scared of my glue gun, I'd have used that. Okay, it's still quite wet actually. Might be risking it, might be pushing it a bit too quick. What else can I stick on? I can stick on the... So it's just those two that I can't stick for a minute. Right, I'll stick on all the other bit. Oh, the other bit I forgot to do with you was that one. Yeah, says it all. Okay. So yeah, I think I can, yeah, so it's just those two that I can't do. So let me do that, otherwise I will forget. Right, so my pieces of card are all here. So I can do these. I just can't do those. Now top and bottom I did fiddle around just by taking hair off them. I'm hoping I've got it small enough actually. Might need to take a little bit more off. This is a bit where you just sort of have to fiddle and play. Nope, I think that's fine. Okay, right. I'm just going to use fabric. Well, it's 3-in-1. It's not Fabri-Tac for the card pieces. And then I think I will pause you again, I'm afraid, and really give this time to set up. Or I could just make another video, as in this is the final example, and show you the threads inside. Yeah, I might do that actually, because that'll be a quick one then, won't it? You won't have to sit and be bored out of your skulls. Right, my head might get in the way here. I just need to get it just inside. There. Yeah, I might have to do some inking as well, because this card has got a white core here. Okay, that's fine. I'll just go around with my red ink. Not a problem. Yep, this is all sort of seat of your pants stuff. This I've not done one for a long time, and as I say, the last one I did had the it's where you stitch it together as opposed to stick it. So let's get the right colours on the outside. That one. Don't think it matters actually. I think they're pretty much the same colour inside and out. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll stick these all on. I want to give this really good time to glue to stick, and then we'll do another video where if I've got any gaps and things, I'll show you what I think what I intend to do to cover the gaps and basically filling it. I think that'll be alright. I know you'll be alright with that because you're good. Making sure those all work. Right, and that's the bottom because I wrote it on there. I knew I'd fluff it up otherwise. The top is about 1 millimetre bigger. So, and that 1 millimetre can make all the blooming difference. I could have fabric covered these. I didn't think, yeah, I didn't want to. I don't think it needed it. I think it's going to be fine as it is. So, yeah, and that's that really. Right, let me just turn that way. Again, just needs to go. Yeah, you can see the reason for the gap now. See, when that's up, you're not going to see. It's only going to be the outside, I think, that's going to be a bit gappy. So yeah, I'm definitely going to give this a little bit longer to dry. And now my tacky glue, 3-in-1 is going everywhere. I reinforced the metal bit there. I just thought it might pull otherwise. Plenty of glue, I'm not going to skimp. Just give it a gentle fold, make sure you in position. Yeah, this glue definitely needs a little bit longer. Must have missed a bit there. Yeah, it's definitely going to be little, are they seen? I don't know if you can really see them or not. Squish that down because it's trying to bobble up where the closure thing is. I need to try and get my scissors in there and just trim that off. It was quite hard to measure that bit actually because it, you know, it's not square, but kind of got there. We can tidy that up, it's not a problem. Right, okay, let's get the top on. Yeah, it's only those two bits there that I can't do yet. I didn't let you on your side, did I? Don't want to go too close, I don't want it squidging out, but okay. Right, I'm gonna make that do for this one. As I say, can't stick these on because I want to stick those on, but I want to get this all dried flat first, and then we'll go from there. So, part 3 coming soon. I hope you have a go at this. It's good fun. It's, you know, it's interesting, just sort of the construction side of it and thinking about, you know, where you want to put stuff and don't want to put stuff and what have you. Just making sure I've got those in the right place, and I have. So, right, okay, I'll be back. I'm going to let this have a good hour, if not longer, drying, and I'll be back with the next bit. All right, see you in a bit.